Hey everybody, welcome back to the Print3D channel. Today is September 14th, and that means day 257 of the 3DP 365 project. And on today's episode, we printed out this stand for USB sticks, SD cards, and micro SD cards too, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thank you for joining me here for day 257 of the 3DP 365 project. On today's episode, we printed out this very cool USB stick holder, and it also has room for SD cards and micro SD cards, and this is a very, very cool practical print. And our print turned out pretty good. We did have one little problem where the seam is, and that seems to be the bane of my existence lately, is that seam. And there are a couple of little holes in there too. And I really need to try and dial in those settings as far as retraction, the coast settings, and some of those other settings around the extruder settings to really get this seam dialed in, because it's really starting to drive me crazy that these are all so buggy. And I actually just pulled this straight off the print bed. I didn't clean it up at all, so there are no real other problems with the print. There's no real fuzziness or anything else on the seam. It's just those blobs, and it's kind of a nightmare when you get that because it just ruins a really good, perfect model. And I'm not going to reprint it because this is actually a functional print. This is a practical print, so it'll be really useful on my desk, and I don't think anybody will notice it. And I really love this design too because it has room for a bunch of USB sticks on the front, and there's actually a room for one in the back there, kind of hidden away for, say, like your backup or your personal information. If you wanted to keep it on a USB stick for whatever reason, you could stash it in the back there. But on the sides, it actually has room for SD cards and micro SD cards. So this is a very, very practical print. It has a lot of uses. I really don't use a whole lot of the big USB sticks, but I do have quite a few of them. And I'm actually thinking of taking this to work because it's actually printed in the colors that match my company's logo, which is this blue color. And I think it would be very handy because we do use a lot of USB sticks at work for a lot of transporting of images that can't be copied off the server for whatever reason or put onto different devices for whatever reason. So this is very handy. But other than that, I think it's a very cool print. I think it turned out pretty good. We downloaded this file from Thingiverse, and once we had it downloaded, we sent it over to Simplify3D for slicing. In Simplify3D, I used 3 top layers, 3 bottom layers, 3 perimeters, and 15% infill, and I printed this out at 35 millimeters per second at a 0.2 millimeter layer height. And it took about 4.5 to 5 hours for the print time, which isn't too bad because it is kind of a sizable item. It actually looks kind of like a little bit of a shark fin. But the print itself, it actually turned out good except for that seam. There are no other problems with the print. The surface finish is really, really nice on this. There are no blobs, there are no globs. There is a little bit of layer weirdness near the bottom, but I think that had a lot to do with the geometry down here and all the different things it was printing. Because at the bottom you have the slots for the SD cards, you have the hidden away USB stick holder, more SD card slots, and the main USB stick, and of course the base of the model where it starts to taper up. So there might have been a little bit of issue there just moving around with the extruder and different infills and such like that. But the rest of the print really looks cool, and I really love this model. I think I'll print a few more of these in different colors because these are super handy. And I really love the fact that there's room for not only just USB sticks, but there's also room for SD cards and micro SD cards. Now I haven't test fit anything to see if it actually works, so you guys will be the first one to see. So we'll slide in a regular size SD card. And I have one of these little guys, a little micro SD cards, which seem to get away from you if you're not careful. And we'll slide it in the little slot there. And it fits in really nice. It actually goes in about halfway and you can still grab it and pull it out of there. And it's not obstructed by the larger SD card. So that's pretty cool. So it actually does work. And like I said, I really don't have a whole lot of the USB sticks laying around here, but it'll definitely come in handy at work. And it's definitely a very cool practical print. And we use some of that MatterHackers Pro PLA in the color of blue on this. And I definitely could see this printing this out in some other colors, you know, sending them out to friends who needed one of these for their work and printing them out in their company logos, or even printing this out in some of that metal infused filament and giving it kind of a weathered look and give it kind of an antique metal look. So it actually looked like something that may have come from the past, even though it holds future technology. Well, that about wraps it up for day 257 of the 3DP 365 project. I hope you guys found this episode interesting and informative. And if you're looking for ways to support the channel, Check out the affiliate links down in the description. If you purchase anything through the affiliate link for MatterHackers, GearBest, or Amazon, it'll kick a little bit back to the channel, it won't cost you a penny, and I really appreciate it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, like, and share those videos, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.